Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you a question. If you could look 6 months into the future and see a completely transformed version of yourself, healthier, wealthier, happier, what would you say to the person staring back at you? Would you recognize them, or would they feel like a stranger? The truth is, your life can change dramatically in just 6 months. Not through luck, not through wishful thinking, but through deliberate action, consistent habits, and a plan. Success doesn't come to you, you go to it. Let me walk you through a simple, proven, 6-month plan to transform your life. Success begins with clarity. Write down what you want to achieve in 6 months, not vague wishes, specific, measurable goals. Want to save $10,000? Write it down. Want to lose 20 pounds? Write it down. Your goal is your compass. Your surrender is your mastermind and support system. Surrender the survival system. Surrender victory and validation of success. Surrender the survival system. Success is found in your daily habits. Design a routine that aligns with your goals. If mornings are your strong suit, maximize them. If evenings work better, optimize them. Consistency builds momentum. Commit to growth. Read one book every month related to your goal. Attend workshops or seminars. Learn from people who've achieved what you're striving for. Education fuels transformation. Cobra and Kai lives by their faith and by their vision. Education fuels transformation. Guard your time like your life depends on it, because it does. Prioritize high-value activities that move you closer to your goals. Eliminate distractions and time wasters. Your environment shapes you. Spend time with people who inspire and challenge you to be better. Avoid negativity. It's contagious and will derail your progress. What gets measured gets improved. Every week, review what's working and what's not. Adjust your plan if needed, but keep moving forward. This episode of Spartan Up is made possible by the Spartan Strength Podcast. Commit to getting just 1% better every day. Small, consistent improvements add up to massive results over time. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Your body is your vehicle to success. Eat well, exercise regularly, and get enough rest. A strong body supports a sharp mind and fuels productivity. There will be setbacks. Embrace them as lessons, not failures. Perseverance separates the achievers from the dreamers. Don't wait for the big finish line to feel accomplished. Acknowledge and reward yourself for every milestone you hit. It keeps your motivation alive. The starting point of any successful journey is a clear, defined goal. Without a goal, you're simply drifting through life, hoping to end up somewhere good. And let me tell you, hoping is not a strategy. You need to be intentional about what you want to achieve. So, take the time to sit down and figure out exactly what it is you want. Don't settle for vague ideas like, I want to be successful, or I want to be rich. Get specific. What does success look like for you? What does wealth mean to you? A goal that's specific, measurable, and tangible is one you can chase with focus and determination. The more detailed you can be, the better. Ask yourself questions like, how much money do I want to make? What skills do I need to develop? What kind of lifestyle do I want to live? The clearer you make it in your mind, the clearer it will become in your actions. When you know where you want to go, it's like having a map. Everything becomes easier to navigate. You can chart the course with precision, knowing exactly what steps to take, and more importantly, the direction with which to go, knowing you're on track to achieve your goals. But don't just write the goal down and forget about it. Your goal needs to be a constant reminder. Put it where you can see it every day. Look at it, think about it, and visualize the process of achieving it. The power of visualization is immense. When you can picture yourself reaching that goal, it fuels your motivation and keeps you moving forward, even on tough days. Your goal should become a part of your daily thoughts and decisions. And remember, a goal is not just a wish or a dream. It's a commitment. When you set a clear goal, you're making a promise to yourself to work toward it, no matter what. So don't just set a goal because it sounds good. Set one that excites you, that challenges you, and that pushes you to grow. That's how you create a future that's worth living. If you want to transform your life, you have to understand the power of routine. A goal without a plan is just a wish, and a wish won't take you anywhere. But a well-structured daily routine is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Your routine is the framework that shapes your day, and if you want your life to change, you need to change the way you spend your time. Greatness lies in building habits, and the more you practice, the better you're going to be. And if you want your life to change, you need to change the way you spend your time. Start by looking at the first hour of your day. It's the most important hour because it sets the tone for everything that follows. If you begin your day scrambling, rushing, and reacting, that's how the rest of your day will unfold. But if you start with purpose, focus, and intention, the momentum will carry you through. This is where a successful routine begins. Getting up early, clearing your mind, and setting yourself up for success. Whether it's reading, meditating, or exercising, make the first hour of your day work for you, not against you. Excellent Health, Excellent Happiness Podcast. Number 44, the dream is the benefit you create. As you plan the rest of your day, remember this. It's not just about being busy, it's about being productive. Your routine should focus on activities that move you closer to your goals. Think about what you need to do every day to improve your skills, build your wealth, or enhance your health. Whether it's working on a project, learning something new, or taking care of your body, every action in your routine should have a purpose. Don't waste time on things that don't add value to your life. Also, don't underestimate the power of consistency. You don't need to do everything perfectly every single day, but you must do it regularly. When you commit to a daily routine, you're making a pact with yourself to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's in the moments when you push through the resistance that real growth happens. It's also important to have balance. Your routine shouldn't be all work and no play. Include time for rest and relaxation, time for family, hobbies, and things that recharge you. Because remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. A balanced routine keeps you energized, focused, and on track. Finally, don't be afraid to refine your routine over time. What works today might not work tomorrow, and that's okay. As you grow and evolve, your routine should evolve with you. The key is to keep improving, keep adjusting, and always stay committed to making your routine work for you. A solid daily routine will compound your efforts, turning small, consistent actions into big results. And in the long run, it's the little things done every day that will lead you to the extraordinary. If you want to transform your life, you must recognize one simple truth. The best investment you can make is in yourself. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is by committing to learning. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of learning that comes from simply picking up a book or attending a seminar and then forgetting what you've learned the next day. No, I'm talking about the kind of learning that becomes a part of who you are, the kind that drives your actions, your decisions, and ultimately, your success. Learning is not just about gaining information. It's about developing new skills, expanding your mindset, and growing your capacity to achieve what you want. Every new piece of knowledge is like a tool in your toolbox. The more tools you have, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes your way. The world is changing constantly, and the people who are ahead are the ones who are constantly learning. You can't afford to stand still while the world moves forward. Investing in learning isn't just about formal education or professional qualifications. Those things can certainly help, but it's about a lifelong commitment to growth. It's about being curious, asking questions, and seeking answers from those who've already walked the path you want to walk. Don't just rely on the experiences of others. Use them as stepping stones for your own journey. Read books, attend seminars, listen to podcasts, and engage with experts in the field you want to succeed in. Learn from those who are where you want to be, and avoid the mistakes they made along the way. But don't stop at just consuming information. Apply what you learn. Knowledge alone doesn't change your life. It's the implementation of that knowledge that drives results. The real transformation happens when you take the wisdom you've acquired and put it to work. Practice what you learn every day. Test it. Fine-tune it. And when something doesn't work, adjust and try again. This process of continuous learning and application will keep you growing and evolving. Additionally, invest in learning from a variety of sources. It's easy to get caught up in one perspective or way of thinking, but the true value comes from exploring different viewpoints, strategies, and disciplines. Don't limit yourself. Look for ways to improve not just your professional life, but your personal life too. Whether it's learning better communication skills, time management, or how to build stronger relationships, Each new skill you acquire makes you a more well-rounded, capable individual. Finally, remember that learning is not something you do once and then stop. It's a lifelong habit. Set aside time every day to learn something new, whether it's 30 minutes or a few hours. It doesn't matter how much time you commit as long as you commit to learning consistently. The more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become and the more opportunities you'll create for success. Keep this in mind. Time is precious and not a resource that can be completely exhausted. Every bit of knowledge you gain compounds over time, and before you know it, you'll be in a position to achieve things you once thought impossible. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and yet it's also the one thing you can never get back. Once a moment is gone, it's gone for good. So how you use your time will determine the quality of your life. If you're not careful, life will fill up your time with distractions, unimportant tasks, and things that ultimately don't move you toward your goals. But when you master your time, you take control of your future. The first step to mastering time is understanding that time itself isn't the problem. The problem lies in how you manage it. You see, we all have 24 hours in a day. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or just starting out. Each day is the same. The difference lies in how people choose to use those 24 hours. So, if you want to achieve anything, you have to make conscious decisions about how you spend your time. This leads to the next point. There is no such thing as a quality time. Start by prioritizing the things that are truly important. Ask yourself, what are the activities that bring me closer to my goals? What tasks give me the best return on investment? Don't waste time on things that don't matter, and certainly don't waste time on things that drain your energy without adding value. Time spent on distractions, on the things that don't push you forward, is time you'll never get back. So, make sure the bulk of your time is spent on what truly moves you closer to your vision. The next step is to create a schedule. A schedule isn't just a list of things to do, it's a map for your day. When you plan out your time, you ensure that you're always working on the right things. It's about being intentional with every block of time you have. You can't afford to leave your day to chance. It's too easy to get sidetracked by unimportant tasks, random phone calls, or just checking in on social media. But when you schedule your day, make sure you allocate time for the things that matter most. Don't let small tasks or distractions steal time away from your bigger goals. Time management is also about saying no. You can't do everything, and you certainly can't do everything well. So learn to say no to the things that don't align with your priorities. Saying no is a powerful skill. It protects your time and ensures that you stay focused on what really counts. The more you say no to the distractions, the more you can say yes to the things that will actually move your life forward. One of the most important aspects of mastering your time is understanding the value of rest and renewal. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that working longer hours means you're being more productive. But the truth is, if you're not getting enough sleep, exercise, or time to recharge, your productivity will suffer in the long run. To be at your best, you need to take care of yourself. Schedule time for rest, recovery, and activities that refresh your mind and body. When you're well rested and energized, you'll accomplish more in less time. I'll be with you soon. Lastly, track your time. Spend a week tracking every hour of your day. At the end of the week, take a hard look at where your time went. You'll be shocked at how much of it was spent on things that didn't contribute to your goals. Once you see how you're using your time, you can make adjustments. You can start to eliminate the time wasters and reallocate that time to activities that will get you closer to your vision. Mastering your time isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about being strategic, focused, and disciplined. When you manage your time well, you take control of your destiny. You stop letting life dictate your pace, and you start setting the course. And with every moment that's properly managed, you're moving closer to your best life. Time is precious, and once you truly understand that, you'll begin to treat it with the respect it deserves. If you want to be successful, you have to recognize the power of your environment. You are, in many ways, the sum total of the people you spend the most time with. The old saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, holds more truth than most people care to admit. If you surround yourself with winners, people who are positive, driven, and focused on achieving great things, you'll be pulled upward by their energy, their ambition, and their mindset. But if you surround yourself with those who are negative, complacent, and content with mediocrity, you'll find yourself sinking into the same patterns. Success is contagious. The right people will inspire you, challenge you, and make you believe that you're capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. When you're around people who are constantly pushing themselves to improve, it becomes easier to push yourself. You start to adopt their habits, their attitudes, and their beliefs. And before you know it, you begin to hold yourself to a higher standard. That's why it's so crucial to surround yourself with people who are where you want to be, or at least further down the path than you are. These are the people who can offer you valuable insights, teach you lessons, and share strategies that will accelerate your growth. You need to find mentors, coaches, and peers who can provide guidance and support, people who can see the potential in you that you might not yet see in yourself. But it's not just about seeking out people who can help you. It's also about being selective with your time. If you're spending too much time with people who are negative, who don't support your goals, or who are content with playing small, you're not only wasting your time, you're jeopardizing your future. Negative energy is draining. It pulls you down, it wastes your time, and it prevents you from reaching your full potential. So ask yourself, who are you surrounding yourself with? Are these people helping you move toward your goals, or are they holding you back? Don't be afraid to distance yourself from toxic relationships, even if they're family or close friends. It's not about being disrespectful. It's about taking responsibility for your own future. You have to protect your mind, your energy, and your focus. Surrounding yourself with winners doesn't mean being surrounded by people who are just like you. In fact, it's often best to surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you outside your comfort zone. These are the people who will help you grow the most. Winners don't just tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what you need to hear, even when it's uncomfortable. They push you to be better, to think bigger, and to take more action. You'll also find that winners want to see you succeed. There's no competition when you're all striving for the same thing: growth. When you're surrounded by people who are genuinely rooting for your success, you're more likely to succeed yourself. The energy of a supportive, high-achieving group is incredibly powerful. Lastly, remember that you too must bring value to the people around you. It's not just about taking. You have to contribute, support, and encourage others in their journey as well. Success is a two-way street. By uplifting others, you'll also uplift yourself. It's this positive cycle of growth that creates a true winner's environment. So, make a conscious effort to evaluate your circle. Look around and decide if these people are helping you grow or holding you back. The right people will make all the difference in your journey to success. Surround yourself with winners, and success will no longer be a matter of if, it'll be a matter of when. Tracking your progress is one of the most powerful habits you can develop on your journey towards success. If you don't measure your progress, how can you know if you're moving forward? It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind, thinking you're working hard and making strides, only to realize later that you've been spinning your wheels without seeing the results you want. But when you track your progress, you gain clarity. You see exactly where you've been, where you are, and where you're heading. Think of your goals as a map and tracking your progress as a GPS system. You need to constantly check your position, adjust your course, and ensure that every step you take is bringing you closer to your destination. Without tracking, you're essentially wandering aimlessly, hoping that your actions are taking you in the right direction. Hope isn't a strategy, it's a risk. And when it comes to your goals, you can't afford to leave your success up to chance. Start by setting specific milestones. These aren't vague notions of getting better or achieving success. They're measurable checkpoints that you can look back on and evaluate. Whether it's hitting a sales target, finishing a project, or developing a skill, each milestone provides feedback on how close you are to achieving your larger vision. Consistency is key. Track your progress weekly so you can spot patterns and trends. If something isn't working, you can adjust your approach before it's too late. Weekly reflection allows you to ask important questions. What worked this week? What didn't? What can I do differently next week? This practice prevents stagnation and ensures you're always moving forward. Moreover, tracking forces you to take ownership of your results. It removes the temptation to blame external factors or get caught up in excuses. You're accountable to your progress because you've taken the time to evaluate it consistently. Whether it's a small win or a setback, tracking provides the data you need to understand what's working and what's not, and what changes are welcome. Tracking transforms you to better connect with yourself, your situation, and your goals, and what else truly matters. Celebrating small wins is just as important as analyzing setbacks. Every step forward is progress, and when you acknowledge those wins, you boost your motivation and keep your momentum alive. Too often we focus only on the end goal, forgetting that it's the small wins along the way that build the confidence needed to reach the bigger ones. Tracking also allows you to adapt quickly. Life throws curveballs, challenges arise, and circumstances change. Without tracking, it's easy to lose sight of your path when things don't go as planned. But when you track your progress, you can pivot and make necessary adjustments without losing sight of your overall destination. Lastly, remember that progress isn't always linear. There will be ups and downs, victories and setbacks. But by tracking your progress, you're better equipped to navigate those changes and keep moving forward. Even when progress seems slow, every step forward is a step closer to where you want to be. In the end, tracking your progress isn't just about measuring results, it's about taking control of your journey. It empowers you to make informed decisions, celebrate achievements, and continuously grow. When you track your progress, you're laying the foundation for a life of purpose, success, and fulfillment. If you want to achieve extraordinary things, you need to understand the power of small improvements. Too many people make the mistake of thinking they need to make massive, drastic changes to see success. But the truth is, the key to long-term achievement lies in consistent, incremental progress. And that's where the 1% rule comes in. The concept is simple. If you improve by just 1% every day, over time the results are staggering. A small improvement might seem insignificant in the moment, but compounded over weeks, months, and years, those tiny improvements add up to something monumental. You don't need to make huge leaps. You just need to focus on getting a little better every day. It's easy to get discouraged when you're chasing big goals, especially when the progress feels slow or the path seems uncertain. But when you focus on making small improvements, you take the pressure off yourself to achieve everything all at once. Instead, you make the goal feel more attainable, and more importantly, you give yourself the freedom to grow and evolve gradually. Last year, on Instagram specifically, I did something crazy every day for 6 months. Every day, I challenged myself. Think about it like this. If you make just 1% improvement every day, at the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. It's the compound effect of consistent growth. Those small changes done day in and day out are the secret to massive transformation. Whether it's improving your health, your finances, your skills, or your mindset, the key is to make small, consistent steps in the right direction. Most people abandon their goals because they expect instant results. They want to see big changes right away, and when they don't, they get discouraged and quit. But when you adopt the 1% rule, you learn to embrace patience. You understand that real change takes time, and that's okay. You're playing the long game. You're focused on the process, not just the outcome. Making peace is the recovery from the long game. Making peace is the internal recharge that comes from the outcome. This mindset also keeps you from getting overwhelmed by the enormity of your goals. When you look at the big picture, it can feel like you're climbing an insurmountable mountain. But when you break it down into small, manageable steps, improving by just 1% each day, the mountain becomes less daunting. You can take one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be at the summit. The beauty of the 1% rule is that it's something anyone can implement. It's not about talent or extraordinary circumstances. It's about commitment and discipline. You don't need to wait for the perfect time or the perfect conditions. You just need to decide that today you're going to improve, no matter how small the improvement might be. Whether it's spending an extra 10 minutes learning something new, getting an extra hour of sleep, or refining a skill you're working on, these small actions compound over time and create extraordinary results. Friend, you're the man. Adopting the 1% rule also shifts your focus from perfection to progress. Rather than worrying about doing everything perfectly, you begin to celebrate the small wins. You start to value the process, knowing that each small effort contributes to a larger goal, and over time, Those small daily improvements will create habits that propel you forward, building momentum that will be hard to stop. So don't underestimate the power of small actions. The 1% rule isn't just a way to improve, it's a way to transform your life. Every small step you take today is one more step toward the future you want. It's a long-term strategy that pays off in ways you can't fully appreciate in the moment, but over time you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. Small, consistent improvements are the secret weapon of the most successful people in the world. It's time you start applying this rule to your life. Your health is the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. Without good health, all the wealth, success, and achievements in the world won't mean much. In fact, it's hard to enjoy any of the fruits of your labor when you're not physically capable of fully experiencing them. So, if you want to truly live your best life and achieve your goals, you have to make taking care of your health a top priority. The first step is understanding that health is not something you can ignore and then expect to be okay. It's not something you can just think about when it's convenient. Your health needs to be nurtured every day.